What up, everybody? Yo, my name is Mark Howard, and this is We Talk Cowboys here. That's what we do. We talk Cowboys here. I want to welcome you guys to my new podcast show, whatever you want to call it. Again, talking about my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. If you didn't know, those who know me, they already know. They call me all the time. They wish they were me, because I'm a Cowboys fan. So we're doing this here because we're going to talk Cowboys here. Yo, this is the first show and we're getting right into it. We got training camp that just kicked off yesterday. Second day finished earlier today. And by all means, things look good as far as everybody's in camp. Everybody's in camp. That's a good thing. But yet, it wouldn't be the Cowboys without some controversy, right? So let's dive into some of the top things we're talking about at camp. I'm looking forward to the season. We've changed stuff. Obviously, we have a new coach out with Mike McCarthy. A lot of people are very happy about that. I'm one way or the other with it. I think it was just time to go with Mike McCarthy. I think he did some good things. But again, yet our expectations are Super Bowl. And if you can't get us where we need to go up there, it's time to move on. We do have Dak back in the house. He got injured last year, tore a hamstring muscle, tore it off the bone. Woo. But he's back. From all reports, he's in excellent shape. He's looking to be more mobile, looking to move still. A lot of people have questions of whether he'll be mobile with the hamstring. He hasn't been much of a running quarterback throughout his career, and it's been slowly dwindling down to a lot of people's chagrin. But I think he's ready to be mobile. I don't know if necessarily that's his choice that he wanted to be less mobile. And now in this situation with the new offense, new coaches, where he'll have the chance to utilize his mobility. He's not Michael Vick, all right? He's not Lamar Jackson, speed-wise, but he's not golf, so he can move a little bit and extend plays or pick up the first downs at times. But here's the things that's top that I want to go into. We're talking about with training camp. And of course, the first day, Tuesday, got to have a press conference because our owner, Jared Jones, he's got to speak. He's got to be seen. He got to run his damn mouth, okay? And people want to hear from Jerry Jones. They know he's going to talk. And what do media people do? They get him talking, okay? They get him talking. You see the new head coach there, Brian Schottenheimer, Shotty as everybody likes to refer to him. And of course, his son, Steven, who is pretty much his number one guy, helped him run the organization. They're up there. But you look at this, and the head coach usually gets a few words in, like, oh, the head coach right there. You want to talk football, but you want to talk to the owner who don't know a damn thing about football. No, I'm just kidding. He knows a bit about football. There's no question about that. But he's thinking different from football. He's thinking PR. He's the one paying the checks. He's the billionaire dropping checks. I can't be mad at that, okay? It's his team. I'm going to tell you on this. A lot of people, they've always criticized him. Coming down the field like he used to after games, wanting to be seen, talking, doing interviews, doing his own talk shows. He's had a couple of shows that he does during the week. Hey, it's his playground. He gets to play on it. It's his choice. Okay? Now, because the team hasn't been successful over a couple of decades, 3 to be exact, people are going to say it's his fault. Well, he was doing the same thing when we were winning. So eventually, hopefully, we'll get back to that. But Jerry Jones had his press conference. And he said a lot of things that people definitely were going to jump on and take to heart. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I wish Jerry Jones would shut the hell up. Okay? It's his right to talk. It's his team. People with the mic in front of his mouth, they're willing to let him talk. He's willing to run his mouth. They're willing to let him. So I'd like him to shut up because basically, it's just unnecessary. A lot of stuff he gets into is just unnecessary. The glory's for him. Whatever. But I don't think he said anything that was really all that bad. I think the only problem that you have with Jerry Jones is the fact that he ran his mouth. Now that part I can get into because they're going to ask him about Michael Parsons. Look, nothing's new here. In the manner in which they handle negotiations, which many people will criticize and say, hey, look, they could have saved a lot more money in the salary cap, which means you can get more players, maybe better players that may require a little bit more money as far as the support level players. Yada, yada, yada. We have a good roster. Our roster, I think, is, I don't know how deep it may be, but any team is going to win is dependent upon their main players, really mainly the quarterback. And if you haven't lost your main core on defense, you have a chance. So I get that where you could save a little bit more money, get this player there, but they do very good in their player evaluation and bringing in talent, drafting talent and whatnot. So that's not been the problem. Problem I would say has been the coaching. Get the kind of coach that's going to coach the team and doesn't have to deal with certain demands based on what the owner wants. It happens in pro football. We're not the only team, but we get that. Now I digress. I don't think what Jerry Jones said. What did he say? Talked about Micah, and he talked about the fact that, hey, I've signed players, and you look at it, he goes around and around, you ask him certain questions. We got to worry about injuries, which you do. Dak Prescott had a new contract. What happened? He tore the hamstring muscle off his bone. Players all the time are subject to getting injured right when they sign the contract. Okay. It's no big deal. Doesn't mean he doesn't want to sign him. All right? It doesn't mean he doesn't want to sign him. He's not saying he's not going to sign him. And look, here's the funny part about it. We all know he gets his players signed. Hell, as far as the players are concerned, he signs them for a lot of money. That's the problem when people complain. He may sign them for more money than he needed to. If he would have taken care of the contract earlier and extended them, with the market was lower, he wouldn't be paying as much as he had to pay now. But he doesn't mind. The market does go up, so does the salary cap. You understand what I'm saying? So he's gonna get him signed. I'm very confident, unless something turns totally left field. The deal is going to get done with him and Michael Parsons. Okay? So then Michael Parsons comes in, and he has something to say, and he says something back to Michael Parsons. Ain't shy about being in front of the camera and saying and talking his feelings and giving his thoughts about things. Also, from that, he talked about Trayvon Diggs. Now, if you don't know what Trayvon Diggs seemingly is not getting along with the team trainer for physical therapy. He's coming off of the knee surgery they had to do. He had a torn ligament. Didn't really do the rehab they felt pretty bad about. He messed up his meniscus in the same knee that was repaired. So he had to miss most of the season for that. Another big injury there. One of the better cornerbacks in the league. One of the top cornerbacks in the league. He's been an all-pro. He has to get the meniscus done. So now he's got to do rehab there. He goes to Florida to get his rehab on his own with a guy who he trusts. Obviously, he's not getting along with the Cowboys training staff. So he wants to do it on his own. Now, in his contract, which he has a very nice one, I have to bring up the money on his contract. But because he didn't want to be there. What am I doing here? Okay. I'm looking this up. Because he wanted to go to Florida, he and his brother had an injury too, so he's rehabbing. So they're rehabbing together in Miami. Stephon Diggs, a receiver who is now with the New England Patriots. And both of them are from my area, D.C. Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan from Washington, D.C. I pull for every team in my hometown except for that football team. When it comes at DC means Dallas Cowboys when the NFL comes up. All right, so you better understand that about me. I'm living in LA, so I'm safe from the chatter from my hometown. Although I love my hometown, I have much respect for it. Just not that football team. Anyway, Trayvon Diggs' deal is that he needed to be at the facility working a certain percentage of times. I think it needed to be 84% of the time he needed to be in at the facility. He was not. From that, they had the right to fine him. They had the right to fine him, and they did. Now, they took from him a whopping $500,000. I feel like Dr. Evil did. $500,000. That's a lot of money. Now, over his career, he's earned just over 38 million. He gets 9.5 million. So I'm looking at his annual salary for him is signing. And the base of his salary is $1,054,000. Okay. The average 19, signing bonus there. Total 14, that's the average salary. Okay. So, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to snooze at 500,000. 500K is a lot of money, especially for myself. Trust me when I tell you, I could do something with 500. I could do something with $500, but I could do something with $5,000. I damn sure can do some stuff with 500,000. But if I'm making $1 million or so, a little bit more than $1 million, I've made millions. I don't want to lose 500,000. Believe me when I tell you, millionaires become billionaires because they cheap on their money. Right? They do spend, but they are cheap on their money. They don't want to lose no money when they don't have to. Right? They'll take the risk because they know if they know the business, they'll lose, but they'll gain. They'll take losing 100 million to gain 400 million. Okay? But that's the business of money. With an athlete or anybody else who's getting paid, and they're rich and they have a lot of money, they don't want to lose no money either. But you got to set the example. So they find him. He needed to be there. He's a veteran now. He's been in the league, been with the team over 5 years now. So there's expectation for him to be around for the new staff, especially with a new coaching staff coming in. So they had to make an example of him. Let the people know, hey, I got an all-pro here that's a veteran, and he don't do what I need to do. He gonna get fined. So guess what? You youngins here that are coming in and are hot stuff, hey, do what you're supposed to do, take care of your responsibilities, and meet your obligations, meet your expectations. So he brings in about Trayvon Diggs, talks about that. I think he is probably not very happy with the thing because the team has not been very happy with his rehab from what I've heard from last year with the knee ligament injury. They feel that's part of what caused him to tear the meniscus because his knee was not properly rehabilitated. And subsequently he gets another injury on the same knee. All right. He goes and does his training there. He wants to go and work out. Looks like he's in good shape. Looks like he's in good spirit. So him and Micah Parsons have their own impromptu press conference yesterday as well. All right. So Jerry Jones went into all of those things talking about it. Nothing wrong with him talking about it, but yet there is something wrong with him. Nothing wrong really with what he said. Let me say it this way. Nothing wrong with what he said. It's just more or less wrong that he's talking about it. Okay? Because he opened his mouth up to talk about it. But, hey, it is what it is. It's really no big deal. And believe me, those who are close and working in the organization, they understand. They know what time it is. It is what it is. I think it was well said by somebody. I'm going to take something I got off of somebody else's podcast. The term basically, there's very rare times that Jerry Jones isn't calculated in what he's saying. So he does what he does. All right. So I wasn't trying to hit a dinger. That wasn't me. That was something that came in on my computer. So that ding came in right on time. All right. So I don't think that he said anything that's killer bad that needs to be, that I need to feel some sort of way about. And it's just that basically get the attention off yourself and shut up, sit down, say a few things here and there, keep it bland some point in time, and keep it moving. But hey, Jerry's Jerry. It is nothing new. At this point, if he does get quiet, I'm going to think something's wrong. Now, going into Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, they went there. They really were talking more so to Micah Parsons. He's the big name. And Trayvon Diggs was there as well. They both did their talking and their feeling about it. Now, I'll get Trayvon Diggs out the way. When he made what he said the statement, they asked Trayvon about the $500,000 fine. He said he was a little hurt by that, which I imagine is because I don't give a damn how much you're making. I don't care if you got Jerry Jones money. He's a billionaire. 500,000 is 500K. You don't want to lose all that. But, hey, like he said, he took the high road. And he said, look, I'm hoping to get it back in incentives when I get out there on the field. So good. Hey, I hope you get it back in incentives too, Trayvon Diggs. We all do. Because if you do it well enough to get that money back, that means you balled out. That means you proved the fact that you can get yourself rehabilitated and you are still a baller. Because I want you to stay here. I want you to stay with the Cowboys. I like you. I like your energy. I like you're a ball hawk. I like that you take it to the house. Okay? So, I'm hoping. With Micah saying what he's saying back, nothing personal, but he's at training camp. You know, he's not doing a whole lot. He's dealing with some back stiffness, but he's there because he is under contract. Like Jerry Jones said, hey, everybody under contract is in training camp. And that's what they should be. So good. Now, get the contract done, get it worked out. Get the camp, be a leader, be a good example to these other guys. That's what I'm looking for out of Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs. Okay, Trayvon Diggs is a year ahead of Micah Parsons on the team. So, but they've both been there long enough and have accomplished enough to be great leaders and be great role models for the incoming players and for everybody. Any people that's been there for a couple of years, anybody that's been there less than them should be looking up to them. DeMarcus Lawrence is no longer there. Dak Prescott is the captain of the team and a quarterback. CeeDee Lamb's another veteran as well. All right, so we're looking for that. Tyler Smith as well. So they answered back. They did their little cat fighting, and it's all good. It's all good. At the end of the day, you tell me, because anybody wants to talk about it, look at it. Just remember, Cowboys fans, just remember anybody else. Let me know if there's anybody that's big time that Jerry Jones didn't re-sign. Okay? And I mean that he needed to resign. Anybody else, he let go. He let Amari Cooper go. He traded him. Okay? They let, like Rico Dowdle, I think, did well in the play. They let him walk. They let Jordan Lewis walk. They let him walk. And he's been a solid player. Now, again, are these Pro Bowlers? Are these all pro players? By no means. They're solid veterans that know the locker room and have their respect. But hey, he let him go. So if he wants to keep you, he's going to sign you. If he's not, he's going to let you move on. And it doesn't seem like they wait around to figure out that they need to move on. So we'll see how that goes. You know, that makes for good theatrics. They got some documentary out with the Cowboys they've done over the years. It's on Netflix. He was talking about with that. All that other bullshit, you know, whatever the case may be. I'll probably check it out. I probably won't. I really don't care. I love the Cowboys. Been a Cowboys fan since I was 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. So I'm sticking with it. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm paying attention to the trends. I'm seeing what's normal. Some things do need to change, though. Doing the same thing over and over and looking for a different result is the definition of insanity for sure. But things will happen when it happens. Hell, I'm patient. I'm a Wizards fan. So, lastly, what I want to talk about as we come into this, new season here in 2025 is, as I mentioned before, new coaching staff. Brian Schottenheimer, the new coach, new head coach. Controversial situation because of how he was brought in. There was no, as I'm looking here, oops, let me put this in here as I'm looking up, have my own notes. So, Brian Schottenheimer's been around, lineage, family. If you know the name Schottenheimer, he is the son of the late, great Marty Schottenheimer. Marty Schottenheimer never won a Super Bowl, but he has had and coached some good teams and been revered as a very good coach and consistent coach in the NFL over the years. So he has a lineage, has probably learned many things from his dad, but he's also taken his time to learn and gone through the trials that you go through as a coach coming up in the game. Has worked for Urban Meyer, has worked for Pete Carroll as assistant. So he has put the time in. He has been somewhat of a candidate for a head coaching job. Then it kind of tailed off. People were questioning about his hire. He wasn't a hot name. There's a lot of hot name coordinators that everybody wants to hire. Like Ben Johnson just got hired by the Bears. A man, and I cannot say his name, get bad with names, left Detroit as well. Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn used to play for the Cowboys for a quick second. He's now the head coach at the Jets. Hey, I wish him well. Not as well as I wish my Cowboys, but I wish them well. But hey, there's plenty of coordinators who ain't shit when they come down to being a head coach. Okay? So Norv Turner, I love. Norv Turner was a great offensive coordinator for our Cowboys when we won Super Bowls with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin. Not a head coach. Not a good head coach. Wade Phillips, I think, is a great defensive coordinator. Not a good head coach. You can just see the difference. All right? So maybe Schottenheimer here, Brian Schottenheimer, may be the head coach that we don't know about. Okay? I think he definitely knows the team. He knows the organization. The organization knows him. He knows the players. He brings some different energy. I'm hearing in the training camp with the coaching staff, they're younger, they're more vibrant, they're more exuberant. They're jumping around. They got everybody. They're clapping. It's like probably like a high school thing when these guys are young. So it brings in a lot of energy, a lot of excitement for the guys to come in and perform. So I like it. He's been doing so well in off season as far as his words and what he does. Now, as we get to training camp, now the proof is in the pudding. It's time to put the money where the mouth is been. All right. I see with the coordinator, they got Clayton Adams. He's got 7 years of experience. Matt Eberflus comes back. He was a position coach, got a head coaching job, and now he's going to be our defensive coordinator. Great defensive mind. Other coaches and staff there is some good young guys who have some pretty good experience. They're not older guys, which I have no problem with. Hey, I'm old as Mike McCarthy, but and I coach basketball. But the thing is that hey, want some young blood in there, some young blood that's throughout that staff that he's done. He didn't just pick his boys; he picked coaches that he knows have a good pedigree, have a great track record. And that's usually hard to do because a lot of people want to pick people that before they pick the talent of a coach, which is part of it, they like to pick guys who are loyal to them, guys who help them out, guys they want to help out, guys they know that's going to be, behind them. With Schottenheimer, I think he understands and knows that he has the confidence of the ownership, and so he's comfortable bringing in coordinators that he may not be that personally close with, but he has respect for, and he knows they can coach the position. And I like that. I actually like that. I like somebody that's going against the curve there, going against the grain, let's say there, to bring in good coaches over worrying about who's going to kiss your ass out there. Okay? I've been in coaching situation before where I picked a guy who was my boy, and he turned on me. So it ain't no guarantee. Okay, ain't no guarantee in that. You pick guys, hopefully they're hungry for a job, and maybe they'll last a year or two, and if things go well, they can move on to getting a head coaching job or a better position with another organization if they want to do that. And other people who are position coaches can move up. I see Ken Dorsey is here. He was a coordinator. I think he didn't do too well with a coordinating job in Buffalo, but he's the pass game specialist. I think he's pretty good there. Other names I don't recognize. Let me see on the defense. Dave Overstreet, I do remember that name. He's a secondary technical corners. Now, that's a key thing, too, with the secondary and the corners, because I liked Al Harris. I really did. I would have liked to see Al Harris get an opportunity to have gotten that head coaching job. I really do. I would have liked to have seen Al Harris get the head coaching job. Hopefully soon he will get a head coaching job. And and hopefully one day the Cowboys will have a black head coach. It's long overdue. A good coach, but I'd like to see a black one. All right? Why? Because I'm black and I want to see a black one. But otherwise, I'm down with Brian Schottenheimer. Don't care what color he is. So don't try to make a big thing about that. But I don't care. I will pull for my people. All right? But I'm open-minded. That's not, don't take it there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we do with this new coaching staff. Again, this coaching staff provides some good football knowledge, first and foremost. That's very important. I think they're younger, so they bring in a little more relatability to the younger players. They bring in some more exuberance. I hear at the training camp out here in Oxnard, I'm going to probably go maybe next week. I'm going to try to get out there next week. That they got music popping the whole time. Young, relatable music. I'm hearing Kendrick out there. So they're keeping it loose and having fun. It's a sport. They're making millions of dollars. Now let's have fun. Let's go out there and fly around and play football. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. The sport of the business of sport. But the actual game is that, a game. It's a kid's game. So thank you guys for tuning in with me on my first telecast here. I'm pretty happy about it. Shout out to my man Skeeter, best friend who really wanted me to do this. We're both Cowboys fans. And I probably have him on there. He doesn't know as much football as I do. No, but I want to give him a shout out here on my first show. I'm pretty happy I got through it. And look for more. Look for more. I'm going to be here chilling. I might be out on the road somewhere and talking to you guys. And we'll go live at some point in time and do some other things. You ask some questions, join in. But right now I want to kick off something, share it, get some views. If you like it, please share it with a friend. Share it with some family. Share it with yourself. Keep watching. Keep clicking it. We get it on YouTube. Definitely like it. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And join in. People know me as a stand-up comic, and I've been doing it for years. I'm going to keep it funny, keep it light, but I'm going to keep it real. Okay? And understand that I'm going to keep it Cowboys because we talk Cowboys here. We talk Cowboys here. All right? My name is Mark Howard. That's Mark spelled with a C, M-A-R-C. All right? And I want y'all to know that in case you don't see it and not paying attention. So look for that. Look for more. And let's go, Cowboys. I feel good about it. I know expectations are low. I think barely expecting to be over 500 as opposed to everybody expecting us to be under 500. Well, I think we did pretty well with the large amount of injuries we sustained, especially at the quarterback position. Because really, if we were that bad, we should have had like the top 2 or 3 pick. We ended up having the 12th pick because we didn't do bad. Okay? So we'll see. I'm going to get off here and sign off, man. Thank you very much for having it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you're looking forward to more. As we get going, we're going to really get into a rhythm and do this and make it fun and make it love. All right? Peace. God bless to everybody. How about them Cowboys?